Hey guys, we're back with part 2 of this session. So, your group has defeated Ragnos and tied him up. You've taken a breather, and as the minute passes, Ragnos. Actually, I would like Ragnos to make me a death save.
Because they didn't do shit.
Yeah, magic was the thing that knocked him out.
So, like, 3 of them? How many?
Make me a death save.
Okay. 17.
17. This was just to see if you were dying or not, so you're fine. Ragnos, as you come back to, well, sorry, we'll get to you in a second. Ragnos, you are starting to come to, but it's fine. The rest of you, Ragnos does not seem to be in any danger at the moment. Is there any role play you would like to make?
That was close. I knew Rakdos was much stronger than all of us, but I never knew it was by this much.
Close for you.
Bitch, you're almost dying.
Prove it.
Like, I'm your brother. You're the last person you should try to lie to because I can see through your lies.
I can see through your lies. The
And I can
rain
see
is here.
through your disguise.
No. What the fuck? Anyways, continue.
But, what if he wakes up and is still crazy? What are we gonna do
Crazy?
then?
Kill him.
Well, we put him out of his misery then.
Okay.
I will say, Vrakos, roll me an insight check. Vrakos?
Yeah.
Loose.
Roll me an insight check.
Oh.
The Zeus button is the most useful thing ever invented.
It's the most used button.
Oh, I only have a plus. Plus 0. 18.
18. You're unsure, but you think that he maybe have returned to normal at the end of the combat there. You did see that strange miasma of floating ethereal energy. As soon as you think of that term, you're like, oh, my brain hurts.
Brain hurt.
Do you share this thought with anybody?
I like Ragnos.
I guess not.
Still, okay. I'll share that information.
Okay.
I did see something leave him after I knocked him out.
Huh. Oh shit. Oh no.
So sadly, we don't have to kill him.
Ragnos, you come back to full consciousness with the other three standing above you, hearing, sadly, we don't have to kill him.
Aren't I in a ravine right now?
No, they pull you
Actually,
out.
they dragged me out. Yeah, so as Ragnos comes to, he's gonna probably notice that he's tied up.
Well, as you're, like, coming to, you're about, like, your head hurts like fuck from falling in that ravine, so you go to, like, rub your temple, and you just are able to. The rest of you watch as Ragnos just, like, easily, like, pulls his binds apart. Like, he doesn't even, like, have to strain himself. He just moves his arms, and the ropes come untied.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a fucking second. Wait a fucking second. I look back to see my gone wing.
Yeah, it fucking hurts. You do not have your left wing.
Alright. So I'm gonna look around for my left wing for a second. That's my immediate reaction.
Hold on. Where's my dick?
Where your dick at?
No.
Hold up. Ragnos waking up after his wings gone.
Oh, no, this can't be.
Anyway, so as you look around, make me a perception check.
All right.
Whew. Feels good.
That's a 23.
23. You do sense a smell of sulfur coming from in the ravine. As you look down into the ravine, you do see a part of your wing as it seems to be dissolving into a strange bit of embers and mist, and that's what the sulfurous smell seems to be.
Oh no.
All right, so that's my whole wing is down there. It seems.
It is disappearing, as if it is burning. It's like burning a piece of paper. It's starting to burn on the inside and going towards the outside. But yes, it is disappearing.
All right, so I'm gonna quickly jump down towards my wing.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get close to it, I'm just gonna try. Rhinos isn't sure how to, or what this is, but considering the rain doesn't seem to be putting it out, I'm gonna quickly use a healing word. No, don't you dissolve. Don't you dissolve on me,
Specifically about the
motherfucker.
rain, actually. So the rain is causing it to bubble a bit, and it's causing it to slow down to the point where, at this point, you're able to grab it. And what are you saying, sorry?
No, don't you dissolve on me, you motherfucker. Don't you dissolve on me. I at least need you to be around just in case I can find a healer.
So you're trying to heal the wing?
Yes,
I
to
would
at
say-
least reverse the effects of this.
Alright, make me a spellcasting check. This one is not going to be adding... Well, this one will be adding your... this will just be like a spell attack to hit, basically, because I allow that all the time. You're gonna probably need a natural 20 here.
Alright.
So go ahead.
All
and
right.
roll.
I'm actually
Yeah.
gonna use inspiration.
You're gonna do what?
Inspiration.
Yeah, and roll that again. I'm gonna use my last thing of my reroll.
Okay, so...
Oh, you're gonna do that?
Yeah, he's
So he's
gonna
gonna do
use
that
his turn fate, or whatever it's called. Chronal
Yeah.
shift.
We're on that 20.
Alright, so as you start to watch the wing disappear, Eric, you look over and just like Thanos time stone reverse time for a second. And the wing does seem to maintain itself as the radiant magic seems to slow it to a halt at the moment. I will say this. Roll me just a general arcana check here. Anybody who wants to as you see this.
Oh yeah, Arcana.
I am not
26.
proficient in that.
Okay?
Ragnos
I
is
can't
dumbfounded.
Gesh, you immediately recognize what's happening here. Whenever a devil or an infernal creature of any kind, a fiend, is usually slain, mostly those of the hells, within Turan specifically, within a few minutes, well, it really depends on how powerful the creature is. The more powerful, the longer it takes for this to happen, specifically. So, like, imps and that shit, it happens almost within a minute or two. Usually when they are slain, their souls return to the hells to regenerate, unless killed on their home plane, specifically. And when that happens, any body parts that are left disintegrate if they are not collected in a certain way. You're not sure how they're collected. You haven't killed a devil before, but it seems similar to how this works. You would assume that any body parts that are taken off of this individual Ragnos will dissipate in a similar fashion.
Okay,
if
and
they
I
are
have
not.
no idea how to
I
stop
will say,
it.
I will say, you do know that this started as soon as he went unconscious, specifically.
Okay, do I? I don't know how to prevent that, right?
At the moment, it seems to have stopped because of the magic that has been thrust into it, but you're not sure exactly how to stop it.
Okay, I need to do research on this. And we need to get this resolved. Well, Vector's, I know what's happening, but I think we need to find out how to stop your body part from disintegrating.
Oh, well, shit, we probably figured that out pretty quickly. Rhinus is gonna climb out of the ravine,
Yeah.
and looking around, I probably would see the female Cyclops.
On the ground, yes.
Or
Oh,
Not a corpse.
fuck.
Not yet.
no, barely.
So Rhinus is actually gonna rush over to her and check her pulse.
Alright, it's very weak, but it seems, because I rolled these last time, they have succeeded their saving throws.
So they're stable.
They are stable,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh.
They still have heavy wounds that are bleeding a little bit, but they are not dead.
Translation: healing magic might be a good idea.
Yeah, so Ragnos is just gonna look around and notice that there's no other Cyclops around.
Yeah.
They all seem to have left. Well, I
you
guess.
you do see the shaman who's just staring in a distance at you all.
Alright.
Yeah, all the others just shitted themselves.
Alright, ma'am, I'm actually gonna cast Healing Word, and to be precise, what I say is, okay, ma'am, it's not much, but at the very least, I just hope your healing goes well.
Okay. So you're gonna heal this Cyclops lady, right?
Yep.
Alright, go ahead and roll your healing word.
That's 9 HP.
They don't seem to awaken, but they seem to have their wounds close.
Okay,
I'm gonna look back over to the shaman.
He just stares at you.
I guess I sort of wave him over.
Make me a persuasion check.
That's only a 19.
He starts to walk over, but it's gonna take a few minutes for him to get over. Actually, it'll take a minute or so to get over.
only 90. Plus 12.
Eventually, he does come over and he just stares at you all.
I'm gonna walk over, or at least give him some space so he's next to the Cyclops lady.
He looks at you all. Arglif ul ugol. Arfin, and he does a small head nod as he picks up the Cyclops chieftesses, or whatever the fucking name is, and he puts her over his shoulder.
Chiefess.
Yeah, he looks at you all, puts his hand against his head, and you just see him disappear. As you see tree roots seem to grab him and pull him under the ground.
Oh, tree stride. Neat.
No, tree stride usually requires a tree.
Then it would be transport via plants.
You don't know that.
But out of character, I know that.
Yeah, out of character.
That's a
Mind you, I was only giving him small spells for the combat when you faced him, because otherwise you guys would be facing 17 Cyclopses, a boss Cyclops, and a fucking shaman Cyclops.
Yeah, I just realized if that motherfucker can cast transport via plants, that's like
That's like a 6th level spell.
he is at least level 11.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
at least
it
level
is.
22.
Oh, thanks for that, Goblin.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. If you guys fucked up to the point where you literally did not abide by the dueling rules that were set by the Cyclops, the obvious duel, and attacked any of the other Cyclopses, you were dead. There's no way to fight 20 plus Cyclopses and then a shaman Cyclops and the big lady Cyclops. So you guys did good there. So, as you all breathe for a second, now that these two are gone, Ruckus,
Yeah.
you look over towards the crane where you were almost put into that boiling pot as you hear a clink, as you see old Oleg, as we'll call him, is actually still alive. And he seems to be going over to the pot and getting some of the soup out and just... He looks over to you all, slaps the side of the pot, and, like, ushers you towards it. I will say, Vrakos, you're
Yeah.
fucking starving, man.
I'm gonna grab my sword. I'm gonna like lean into
Cut
it.
his other balls off.
Okay, my ball. Eat the ball. Lean in. I'm gonna whisper into my sword. Is it soup time?
I believe it is soup time.
Okay. I'm gonna set her back into my into her holster. I'm gonna go over eat some soup.
So, does anybody else follow Vrakos to eat some soup?
I'm gonna go
Fuck it,
over.
I'm gonna...
I will.
Yeah, Ragnos is just carrying his wing, and when he gets next to the Cyclops, he looks up to him and sort of flops his wing around, like he just sort of waves it in his hand.
And my character just does like an apologetic gesture towards him.
He looks at you very sternly. Like,
Yeah.
pulls his finger down and just dislocates your arm with one single, like, snap of his fingers. And then nods to you. And then he just goes back to eating soup. You get the feeling, after he dislocated your arm, he's gonna call it even for now. But you get the feeling he'll get you back later, is what he's saying. Without having to.
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm more worried for him than for me.
At this point, you can see that he's already taken care of his testicular torsions.
I'm gonna go to Rakos. No, not Rakos. I'm gonna go to Rakos and say, can you help me with my arm real quick?
I just look at him. Sure, dude.
I
I
don't
will
know.
say I'm getting a bit low on spells.
No. You just need to. Do you know how to fix a dislocated arm?
I think I've heard a couple things, so let me try.
Okay.
Alright, so Ragnos is gonna try putting his arm back in place.
Okay, make a medicine check.
Oh god, that could go very horribly. Oh no.
Dr. Malpractice
That's only
has
an 8.
returned. So, as you do try to put it in, you hear the sound of something scraping. I need a Constitution saving throw from you, Gesh. Mind you, it's your left arm.
Oh no, 10.
You feel a jolt of pain as you suffer 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
You just hear a horrible scream. Just
Everyone else just hears from the inside of Gesh's arm sockets, the skeletal structure. As Gesh, you went from out of socket arm to a dislocated arm to a broken shoulder and partial collarbone.
Oh, okay, I didn't put too much force into that. Alright.
You guys look at his arm and he's like trying to move it, and it's just moving around like a wind chime.
Oh come on.
Oh,
Uh,
Sorry
oh.
about that. Man, I'm sorry about that. If we find an actual doctor, I'll just try to help him.
Yeah, please.
Man, it would have been really good if there was still a doctor in Shard Ward.
There is, technically.
Technically, but he is zonked out of his mind on magic mushrooms and plants.
Hey, Ryan, it's the closest thing we have.
Yeah, man, it really sucks that there's no doctor in Shard Ward. I wonder why that is.
Hey, Rael's probably
Hint,
a
hint,
better
nudge,
doctor.
nudge.
Anyways,
Out of
so
character, Rael is probably a better doctor than him.
he had a +12 medicine.
Oh, I only have +8, but still.
Yeah, so he was like an older doctor, but you know. Anyway, so as you guys sit down and begin to eat, you guys are provided one large bowl of soup because it's Cyclops size. They don't have like small little fucking knick-knack bowls for you. So as you guys begin to eat it, a few of you take like big ass fucking Cyclops spoons and try to use them. But they're not like giant spoons. They're not like much bigger than you. Like the spoons themselves probably are half the size of your bodies at least. So the same size as you, Gesh.
I wanted to say, probably it's the
Yeah.
same size
So
as me.
you guys do So you guys all eat, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah, I just forgo the spoon.
for you, okay. For you,
I,
okay.
I just take my own spoon.
Okay, I would like Ruby and Zeus to make me Constitution saves.
Oh no.
Excuse
fall
me.
into
Watches
the
mastery of eating
I
soup.
swear, if
Yeah.
they fall into this, Ruby, please fall into the soup.
Ruby?
Hold on, rolling.
Rolling, 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 rolling.
And they see me rolling.
All right.
19.
You both succeed. Funny enough, you both rolled 17s. But yeah. So as you're drinking it, both of you do notice like a small cat skeleton floats to the surface. The soup itself, this stew, is made of different meats, different animals, different plants throughout this forest, it seems. It's been watered down with seawater, so it's not the best tasting stew, but goddamn, it's like fucking southern cooking almost. It tastes delicious. It's not the best tasting like that you've had, and knowing what you know that's in the soup, a fucking cat, you almost puke, but it still tastes good for what it is.
Funnily enough, I could use. Oh, I could do the president.
Ryan just
Wait.
doesn't care. As long
Wait,
as
what-
it tastes good, he just eats it. He'll
What
just
would
eat it.
happen if I would precipitation the whole ass soup and one of the giants eat it?
What are you trying to do, Gesh?
I am gonna flavor up my own bowl for now.
You don't have your own bowl.
It's the one gigantic pot.
Yeah, I would just flavor it up with prestidigitation.
Okay, so as you attempt to flavor it up, it doesn't really work that well because it's a large fucking bowl. It's probably 10 feet tall. Actually, more than that because it has to be big enough to feed all of these. It's about a 30-foot tall actual bowl, like pots, cast iron pot, above a fire with a bunch of soup. So that's like 30 gallons at the very least of stew.
30 gallons?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Or something that's
Wait,
30 feet tall?
Yeah, but I find it funny how my soup basically made fucking Breaking Bad and D&D.
Anyways,
Back mommy.
Yeah.
so as you guys eventually finish eating, you do feel a bit tired, and I will say, following Oleg, you do find some chambers that seems the Cyclopses left in a hurry, grabbing whatever few items they could from their chambers, and then leaving. You do find a small chamber that all of you can sleep in, that Oleg leads you to. I'll say he lets you sleep within the female Cyclops' chamber. So as he leads you through these cracks in the side of the precipice, eventually you do find a small tunnel that goes into it specifically. As you enter into that tunnel and start to look through, you do see a bit bigger rooms, a bit more fancier rooms, things. The rooms that you passed by and through all have like small curtains from like rugs and small curtains from whatever they looted. It has small chimes of bones and pieces of metal and wood. It is very tribal in appearance. Like their beds are made of hides and what, like the better ones are made of hides, it seems. Other ones are made of just carved stone that they sleep on. As you guys are walking through, you eventually get to this large room with a semi-feasible door. As you push through the door with the help of Oleg, you do see a fancy room. You see this room is painted with these similar paints that they were putting onto you of red, gold, blue, and green color. There seems to be a single tree in the center of the room that reaches up about 20 feet. The room itself is a 30-foot cube. You look around and you can see a large, well, not a 30-foot cube. It's about 30 feet tall and about 100 feet wide in each direction. So it's basically a large place here. And you see a bed on one corner of the room, a large chest in another corner of the room, a bunch of hide and bone fragments piled up in different places, rugs and other fancy things it seems they've looted from whatever merchants have come through this area. The main centerpiece of the room is the tree, though, however. Who here has a passive perception of 15 or higher?
I got a 15.
Okay. Anybody
Not
else?
me.
Okay. Shadowy, Ragnos, you're the only one that sees it. You do see things dangling from the tree, but you can't really make them out in this low-lit interior.
I guess we're a bit far away from us right now.
Well, no, it's just that they're up in, like, the leaves of the tree, so it's hard to, like, really... With the lighting situation, it's hard to really differentiate. But as you guys are walking in, the tree itself is this, pooled bark that seems to twist around itself up about 20, 25 feet. It seems to almost have this weeping willow kind of situation to it. And it seems that the stone that pervades the entire chamber seems to give way to dirt in the very center of the room, and the roots seem to push downwards. The tree is definitely not gray, but those of you with dark vision see a gray tree because it is dark in here. You guys can see small painted bits on the wall that seem to be like little renditions of tribal kind of hunts and whatnot. And you can see, I'll say that's really all you see at the moment unless you wish to investigate. But as you are pulled into this room, Oleg looks to you all. Ulkal ul. He points to himself. Ulfnir. Ulkal ul. And he points down to one of the rooms closer to this. He points to you all. Ulf Aini Night. Ulf Goose. Safe.
I'm just gonna
None of you
nod.
fucking speak giant, so...
I'm going to assume that means that that's our room for the night.
It means
I'll
big.
I'll say, with how Oleg has been treating you recently, you get the feeling he is promising you at least a one night safe here.
And so basically, Magnus is gonna point to the room, and then he's gonna put his hands together and sort of do like and start snoring and closing his eyes as he uses his hands as a pseudo pillow.
He gives you a thumbs up.
All right. And I give him a thumbs up as well.
Okay. Oleg begins to close the door behind him as he leaves. These two large stone doors. Mind you, the stone doors are affixed to the wall, not by hinges, but by joints. And the joints pull inwards. These stone walls are about 30, 35 feet tall, and they make the two doors.
Nice.
So they are
Oh,
going
yeah.
to be near impossible to move for you guys.
But one thing that I want to do is
Well, you guys
I'm
have
gonna
downtime.
cast I'm gonna cast remove curse on Shadowy to see if that does
You have
anything.
remove curse?
Yes,
Alright. What level spell is remove curse? Jesus Christ.
it's a 3rd level spell.
And wizards get it?
Yeah, surprising, right?
That's why I'm surprised.
Clerics, paladins, warlocks, and wizards get this.
Fuck you guys. Anyways. Okay, so, as you approach Ragnos, you turn around and you see the small 2-foot individual just touches your knee, and you feel this cold but warm energy pass through you.
Okay, I'm small, but I'm not that small. I'm like 3'8". Still small as fuck, but still.
You're usually 3'8", but because you've been fucking beat the shit out of the last day or so, I'm gonna say your spine has compressed too much, so you're 2 foot.
I'm less
This
than a
guy,
third of
this
the
man has the
size.
Kick Batowski build.
Yeah. Bro, I'm
Right,
a
we're
third of. I'm less than a third of my brother now.
Yep. As you cast this, you're not told that there's any curses on them. You just cast the spell on them. Ragnos,
I know.
You feel a, you feel an energy pass through you.
The awkward silence.
So you guys have downtime now, and any role play you want to do, feel free.
Alright, what was that?
I just wanted to make sure that the thing that happened earlier to you, if it was a curse, that it won't happen again.
Good plan, good plan.
Yeah.
But I think there's something odd about this room, like this tree specifically. I'm gonna go investigate, and can you actually look at the tribal things around here? I think you could probably, I know you could probably figure something out about it, right? I'm giving you a
Yeah.
bardic inspiration, and you notice that Ragnos flaps his right wing as he seems to be attempting to fly up. Then he looks back and realizes, oh fuck.
Yeah, you guys see him get like a good 2 inches off the ground before he becomes horribly unbalanced and falls back to the ground.
We need to get that sorted fast.
Yeah. So you know that there's some kind of way of preserving that? Like, there's a way of preserving that? Do you know it?
The wing.
Can you like kind of a make goblin if I know a way?
You can make a medicine or survival check, or sorry, nature check. Sorry, or
I'm
survival.
gonna go with-
Medicine, nature, or survival. Your choice.
Also, remember, you
I'm
have.
gonna go for nature.
I will.
I
Remember,
will-
remind you. You
I
have
cannot.
bardic inspiration.
That's a D8 or D6?
E6 right now,
Okay.
because I'm low leveled.
Okay, that's plus D6. That's pretty good. Oh, net 1.
So, nat 1.
Oh
Ooh.
god.
So
Ruby, do you perhaps want to give
you're
me?
just no, you can't do that after you've rolled.
I don't have proficiency
So-
with nature anyways.
As you rolled nature, right?
Yes.
So you are just fucking tired, man. Like you're trying to think, but that spell you just cast took a lot of energy out of you as well, and you just can't really think too much. You're like, there's definitely some way to preserve shit. Probably cold stuff, but you're not really sure. Because this is a
Like the-
devil's wing.
Yeah, Rectus, you just see, you physically see, you like see his mind drifting off.
Oh, you seem a bit tired, dude.
I
I
am.
guess we'll try to brainstorm something to at least keep it, to try to keep it preserved for now. Aside from that, Ragnos just looks back to that tree. I wonder what this thing does.
Yeah, let's investigate that tree. That's actually a good idea.
Good idea?
Good idea.
Man.
Good idea. It's a good
I'm-
one idea.
Brian is just sitting with his sword in front of him, meditating, talking to her.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if the new song came on. There we go.
Hey, finally got it.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and post these in here so that I can actually use them at a later date here. So give me 1 second. I'm just posting these songs in here so I don't fucking lose them because I apparently have to use the link now.
The usual suspects.
Yep. So, let me go ahead and disconnect this and put the actual song on because I want to not have it looped with the other one. Copy. / play. Inputs. Paste. Boom.
Oh,
Alright.
wait, I just remembered something.
that you're gonna kill yourself? In
No.
game. Anyways, so we're gonna start with you, Gesh. What are you doing? Your character is exhausted, remember.
Yeah, I'm just speaking with the book, cause it is
What?
somehow. Yeah, you said it before that this is a
Oh, yeah.
sentient book.
That's right, that's right.
Like everyone was speaking to the source. I was like, hello to the book, and the book like, hello.
So do you speak out loud or you try to speak through your mind?
I am trying to speak from my mind.
I don't remember the voice I gave the book, so what do you say to it?
I say, hello, you're here?
Oh, hello. Yes, I'm here.
Uh,
That was quite a day you had, huh?
yes. It was.
But we are victorious nonetheless. Huzzah! Anyways, what is it you need, my friend?
I'm just curious about you because I have you for like a year now and I just realized that you can talk.
Well, I mean, you've never tried to talk to me before, so I never talked to you. Communication
point.
is a two-way street, you know. It goes both ways.
Okay, but no offense, but who would think that a book that you found is sentient?
Well, we live in a world... Well, this is not our world, it seems, but we've lived in a world full of magic and lots of sentient things. I would assume you, as soon as you pick up an item and intertwine your magical essence with it, attuning to it, you'd attempt to speak with it at least to see if it was sentient.
I
Though
do not have
that may
much.
just be from my time, I don't know.
I do not really have much experience with attuning myself to a magic item.
Well, I could
In
tell.
fact, you are the only magic item that I have attuned to
Well,
for now.
ain't that just special? I'm your first. Anyways, what can I do for you?
I'm just curious about you because I don't know you, but you know me.
Of course I know you. We've
That's
intertwined our
weird.
magic essences.
Yeah, but I have no idea about you, about who you are.
Ah, well, that's easy. I'm... They call... Who am I? You start to feel this book is going into an existential crisis. No, seriously.
Oh.
Do you know who I am? Who am I?
Oh, so you're as close as me. Huh.
I guess I am.
Yeah.
It must have been so long since I've talked to somebody that I've forgotten who I am.
Maybe you remember at a later date.
Maybe. But for now, you can call me whatever you wish, I guess.
I'm not very good at giving names.
Then never mind. Anyways, it's good to speak to you. If you need something else, let me know. You seem exhausted. I would recommend getting some sleep.
Yeah, I will.
Good.
And good night.
Good night. So, Gesh, is there anything else you do? Or would you like to...
I'm just gonna go asleep.
You guys watch as Gesh stares at his book, and then Eric just, like, sits down on the
He,
ground
he,
and...
he just stares at the book and then instantly goes to the ground and goes. There's simultaneous clicking.
Anyways, so as you fall asleep... Ruby, what is your character doing, sorry?
He's meditating with his sword in front of him, talking to her.
Listen to me. You need to be careful of that Vrokos individual. They seem dangerous. And their sword, their sword is just ridiculous as well. It seems that they're being corrupted by their wielder. Listen to
No
me.
shit.
You need to free that sword from the clutches of that evil Genasi. Soon, before it is destroyed.
Everybody's
And when you
hitting on
do,
him.
I can absorb its power and become stronger. That is what I am made for, remember. That is our pact, our deal.
Everybody's shitting on Bracos.
Well, certainly so. I have a feeling I won't stand up well against him at the current time.
Well, you could always get him when he's sleeping. But think about it. Soon. That sword needs to be freed soon. So today was a hell of a day, huh?
Certainly.
When are you gonna fix me and polish me up again? You haven't done that in like a year.
I haven't done it since I last got locked up, because they sold the polish.
I'm getting dull over here.
I know. As soon as we're in
Use
the next
something like animal wax for all I care. I need to be sharpened soon. I feel as if I'm losing brain cells here.
As soon as we get to the next town, I'll make sure to get some polish you off after I sharpen you well.
Alright, well, it's a deal then. Anyways, you seem a bit exhausted. You should get some sleep for the night. But this place is interesting if you wanted to check it out. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. And with that, the communication is kind of cut off a bit.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you would like to do, say, or go ahead?
Well, besides the tree, is there anything interesting in the room?
There's those strange tribal paintings that have been made on the wall. You didn't listen to my description, did you? There's a few felts and silks hanging. There's things that they seem to have ripped from traders and whatnot. So, if you'd like to make me an investigation check.
Yep, there we
Oh
go.
gosh, I had something stuck in my throat there.
I did this and I was just wondering if there was anything else in the room.
Yeah. I know. What's your investigation check?
Hold on. Investigation is just a flat +0. 17!
17. You do find a few pieces of what seems to be weaponry, like a few daggers. Not much. They seem to be tossed to the side. You do see the chest, you see the bed, and you see a few other pieces in here, but you can't really find anything too interesting.
Alright, how many daggers are there?
About 5 of them, and they look like they've been used as toothpicks.
Hmm.
They're kind of bent a little
So-
bit. So they need to be fixed a little bit.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Okay.
Before checking out the chest.
Alright, you get up to the chest, and it's a 15-foot tall chest. It's made for Cyclopses. It's made of complete stone.
Damn. I'm gonna check. Wait, is the chest in the center of the room or at
No,
the
it's in one
wall?
of the corner of the rooms.
I'm gonna check the sides against the walls to see if anything fell, like, near there.
Okay, roll me another investigation check.
Alright. It didn't roll for some reason.
It's exclamation mark, not slash.
It's for dice column. It's /2.
2?
Yep. I have a
Nope.
+0.
You don't see anything.
Well. Guess I'm. You know what? Gonna check out the paintings and whatnot.
So you look up at these strange tribal paintings, and they seem to be just like depictions of hunts and depictions of rituals and whatnot. They seem to be just like artistic representations of things that have happened. They don't seem to be too bad, but they're tribal design, so they're like stick figures hunting mammoth. Anyways,
Alright.
and anything else you want to do before you go to sleep?
No. Just gonna head to sleep now.
You find a small place to head to sleep. All right. This would be Ragnos next. Sorry, I was trying to think of your character name. Ragnos, what are you doing?
Alright, Ragnos is gonna do a couple things before going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So first, I'm gonna go figure out what the deal is with this tree because I noticed there was something odd about it.
Mm-hmm. So as you approach the tree and you look upon it, if you'd like to roll me a perception check, you can.
Right. It's a dirty 20.
All right, dirty 20. You do see what seems to be skeletal figures hanging from the boughs of this tree, or the top of the tree. You see small chains of skeleton skulls and like rib cages and different things that are hung upon strings and ropes and whatnot that are just hung from the tree. Many different pieces of them. And you can see as you look at them and you approach the tree, as you get within about 5 feet of the tree, a few of these skeletal skulls do have what seems to be like glass balls in them, and they seem to alight a bit, giving a bit of dim light to the room around you. As you do approach the tree, it does give off a strange energy to it, one that you're not familiar with, but it's similar to the one that you're holding the club.
Similar to the club.
Yeah, mind you, this club's like 10 feet tall, so it's hard to even wield for you, by the way.
Oh, I still have the club on me?
Yeah, you never dropped.
Alright.
Well, actually, no, technically you never picked it back up, so never mind. It's
Yeah.
similar to the one.
Probably
you
because this
felt
thing
with.
is a literal, like, it's an evil club, it seemed.
Okay.
Yeah. Though at the very least, it's still up there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And with that, so as I look at this, and I feel a similar energy, but
Yes.
was with the
That was
club.
coursing through the club, yes.
Ragnos considers if he really wants to touch this. Actually, he's gonna actually call over to. He's gonna call over to. I guess I'm hearing that my name or my voice, but fuck that. I call over to Vrokos.
Brakos, as the other two have seemingly fallen asleep, you hear Ragnos call over to you.
Yeah. Go head over and what?
This tree seems to have a pretty similar energy to that club.
Brakos is just a fucking tree.
So, the tree is made of wood, and the club is made of wood. So, probably the same thing, yeah.
Like no, this like there's some magic in it.
Club's a club, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Actually, yeah. So Vrokos, did you see anything that like so? Actually, when I seemed to go mad,
Yeah.
when I went mad, did you notice anything in particular? Was it just after I touched the club?
Ow! Not the things.
Mm. Oh, honestly, I really don't know. I don't pay attention to you until you start causing problems.
Well, so Ragnos looks back at the tree, somewhat perplexed, because he's thinking this tree probably has something worth investigating further, but he's concerned, considering the club seemed to transform him. Actually, all right. Vrokos, you have your sword on you, right?
I do, yes. At all times.
And looking at myself, do I seem pretty injured? Am I like at 1 HP or something?
Yes, you'd be at 1 HP.
Okay, so Vrokos, if I start to do something weird, just hit me. If I start to turn evil, just be at the ready.
Gladly.
All right. So I'm gonna go touch the tree.
Alright, you touch the tree. You feel the energy pulsing through it.
Are you evil? I'll do it.
I think I'm alright for now. Alright, I'm gonna
Shucks.
see what I can do with this tree. So I'm gonna begin to meditate or at least close my eyes and start to focus as I'm touching the tree.
Okay. As you begin to focus touching the tree, just roll me a wisdom check. Or sorry, this would be insight specifically.
Insight. Okay. Yep, that'd be that. Yeah, that's pretty well.
What's your roll?
Only a 5.
Okay. You begin to meditate. In the interim, Grekos, is there anything you would like to do?
I'm gonna like kick at the dirt a little bit.
You just watch as this guy just starts to close his eyes, and to you, he's just sleeping, touching the tree.
So, why would he want me to watch him sleep? Sword?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was about to fall asleep myself. I don't know.
Oh.
He's a strange one. I don't know much about devils. I know a lot more about fae. I can tell you one thing. That tree does have natural magic attunement.
Not just a tree?
Nope.
Again, something for a yell.
Yes, it's connected to, it seems to be a very powerful force of nature.
Oh.
A place of power, if you will.
Do you want to touch it?
It does not seem to be connected to me very much, but if you would like to stab me into the tree, I could absorb some of its powers. Its energy.
I like the sound of that. I'm gonna walk over and stab the tree.
Alright. Ragnos, as you're focusing, you go into your mind palace, and you just hear... And Ragnos, in your mind you hear... As Ragnos, you are bursted from the tree as you get flung by this natural energy. Vrakos, I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please.
Oh shit. Oh no. I'm good at strength, thankfully, but still. Okay.
What'd you roll?
I got a 14.
14.
Hoo-ha!
You are bursted from the tree as well, as your sword is stuck in the tree. As you both, stand up very quickly, you watch as this strange green and blue energy, swirling like a vortex, is being forced out of the tree by this small point that you've stuck into the tree's bark of your sword, piercing through it. And it seems to be glossing over your sword, creating this small vortex that seems to turn ethereal the further it gets out from the tree. The entire room becomes filled with heavy wind and what feels like energy that's sparking up. It feels like when you're standing in sunlight for a long time, you feel regenerated almost. But it's so heavy and pressurized that it's actually starting to burn your skin, burn into you itself. What are you two doing? The other two are still asleep.
Brockles, what the fuck did you do?
I'm gonna start. Don't
By
pay
the way,
attention to that.
all you hear is, bro, you do, because you just hear.
I'm gonna start going. I'm sorry.
You both are having a hard time standing up. Meanwhile, the other two,
Hard.
you're having very pleasant dreams of beautiful landscapes and whatnot. We turn back to the other two.
Hard.
Alright, Ragnus is gonna go over to the sword.
I would also
fine.
like to approach.
Make me strength saving throws because you are moving through a tempest. And you have advantage because of your blessing of the tempest, technically.
Oh,
Ah,
nice.
shucks.
Well,
I
that would
don't
be
have
me.
that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm only so
Yeah.
thick.
I
Bro,
was 19.
I was walking my dog last night, and we were walking past a certain place that has stickers and whatnot When he was walking, he like accidentally stepped on a few stickers and started to like move and jump off the sidewalk onto the street to get away from them. And I'm like, come here, and I like had him stop, and I sat down to go take the stickers out. As soon as I sat down, 50 stickers stuck into my ass and into my hands. I was like, ah, and I just like had to, and I was trying to brush them off because they like, because I put myself down with a lot of force at that point. To help him out. So they were like stuck in my hand. My hand was bleeding heavily, and right now I was like, man, why does my finger hurt? And I looked down, and there's just a sticker still stuck in it. Anyways, so
The sticker stories.
what'd you roll, Zeus?
11.
Okay, and Ragnos, what'd you roll?
19.
I'm too
Alright.
heavy.
Zeus, as you're starting to move forward, you and Ragnos are making good headway. Ragnos, you look back and you just see Zeus go flying. You slam into the wall as you suffer 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah,
and
cheers.
I'm gonna roll this in channel because I don't have enough dice. And 32 points of force damage.
Yeah, cheers.
Are you unconscious?
I'm not unconscious. I'm a big boy.
You are stuck in the wall as this magical torrent of natural energy is just ripping you apart, basically.
Alright, as I go also I will note Ragnar's gonna healing word himself and say, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it.
Alright, you do suffer 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and 5 points of magic damage, so I'll say, just go ahead and roll your healing word.
I'm gonna do it at second level, so that's gonna be 2d4.
Okay.
Right. 6. 11.
Okay, so as you heal yourself, you can feel it tearing into you, and all the healing immediately disappears. You're still at 1 HP.
Yeah, at the very least.
You manage to get up to, like, the sword is just like as you're reaching for it, it's just at, like, your fingertip, like, you can't touch it just yet. Like, it's maybe 2/100ths of an inch away from your fingertip.
I'm gonna use ice before I get there. I keep chanting to myself and using another healing word.
Alright, use another healing word. Go ahead and heal yourself.
It's
Okay.
only 10.
You have 1 extra HP now because the damage is starting to get to you, but you're managing to... You managed to just barely reach. Do you touch the sword?
I'm getting to the sword so I can try pulling it out.
Alright, you grab onto the handle of the sword, and the wind picks you up as you're holding onto it. Do you try to use your arm to pull it out as you're being flung by the wind a bit?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and make me a strength check with disadvantage, an athletics check with disadvantage because you are no longer grounded.
Okay, so that would be +9 with disadvantage.
I will say, as you are looking at this, the rocky, hard black areas of this sword that seem to have been piercing it seem to have these veins of blue and green now rushing through it as well.
Yeah, fuck your sword!
It's a 24.
24.
No.
Sorry!
You go flying out as you land about 50 feet away from the to the edge of the room of the tree. Let me go ahead and roll. As you hit the ground, the sword hits you in the head, and you go unconscious. Not dying. Vrakos, as the storm is still fucking blaring.
Motherfuckers get into a storm and just die.
Would there be anything I could do to...
You
Actually,
are
no,
stuck in-
never
you are
mind.
stuck in a wall.
Got it.
You take 9 points of force damage.
I'm still up! Thank you!
And is there anything you wanted to do before you take the next bit?
It's force damage, so Blade Word wouldn't do anything.
Nope. And Blade Ward is already gone, yeah.
Alright. Man. I guess I can't request my sword's healing right now, because it's doing a thing. I'm just like gonna cover my face with my big meaty arms.
Okay. You suffer
I'm
8 points of force
alive!
damage. You're alive? How much do you have?
I have 6 hit points!
You're just like, your cheeks are flapping in the wind. And it's not your face cheeks.
Yeah, oh no!
Oh.
You're dug into
Oh, yes.
this wall, and eventually the tempest ends, and you hit the ground. You suffer. Hold on.
Oh, please.
You fall 10 feet, so let me go ahead and roll this in chat here. You suffer 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
Oh, I mean, that's exactly 0.
I will say, you can try to cast Blade Ward as a reaction, but it's gonna be a spellcasting check.
Okay. Honestly, there's no use in not doing it. Let's try it.
At disadvantage, mind you. So
At
make a
disadvantage.
spell attack roll with disadvantage. That's how I do it.
All right. So first attack, quote unquote, is 22.
Okay. That would be a
And then-
success, but we're gonna see what you actually roll.
And
here.
then pretty please, just like
Natural.
work with me, game.
Oh,
Not 20.
All right.
Okay, so 22.
You fling your hand forward, and a bit of the rock comes off of it, and it seems to create this small platform about 5 feet underneath you as you hit the ground. And I'll say, because you do manage to get this off, you take no damage as you hit the ground and push yourself up a bit. Actually, you crater into the ground a bit, but you're not unconscious.
I'm gonna walk on over to the sword. Crawl. Crawl over to the sword.
Over to Ragnos as the exhaustion is starting to take onto you. And you look over towards the tree as it seems to start to glow, and you see the injury that is prevalent where it was. There seems to just be a hole in the tree where the blade was inserted, but there seems to be this almost interdimensional space just filled with a glowing energy as you do get up to your sword. But you can see the tree's hole is starting to close a bit. I will say you do feel a strange draw towards the tree. Do you attempt to resist it?
Resisting things is hard because I'm stupid.
You're not only stupid,
I
you're
forgot. Am I
retarded.
awake?
No, Brian, you are not awake.
Okay.
I would like to resist and talk to the sword.
Okay. So you go up and you grab the sword which Ragnos is holding, and as you attempt to talk to it, you try to push your mind into it. There seems
Sword?
to be no connection at the moment. You're still attuned to it, you could feel. Well, technically attuned to it. But there seems to be no response.
The tree stole my woman from the sword. Okay, I got it. I would like to pick up the sword.
Okay.
And-
Legs check to pry it from this man's hands.
Right, because he's got big meaty hands. Athletics, go! 18.
You manage just barely to do it.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna say last thing to the sword. Alright, last chance. Are you here? Okay, hard no. Okay. I would like to use... I don't know if I can do both, but I would like to heal myself from it and stick it back into the hole.
As you attempt to heal yourself from it, you don't feel the ability present. As you're
Okay.
trying to use it, it seems to be very, not volatile, but you can't seem to pull the energy from it.
Understood. Alright,
And you get back towards the tree.
it stole my shit. I'm going to put it back in so in my brain, it took the person's voice out of the sword.
So,
So I want it back.
as you take the sword and attempt to dive it back into that hole, it seems to reflect off like a force field, flying out of your hand across the room. I'll say this, as you're next to it, the hole almost smells like honey and lavender. So you
Sweet
clear-
asshole.
Please don't say that again.
Oh god. I choked on my taco salad.
Anyways, you look down towards the strange interdimensional hole in this tree that's starting to close up a bit. You feel a strange draw towards the hole again. Do you resist it?
I'm angry at the hole. I really want to punch the hole.
What do you want to do?
Would be punching it be resisting?
Not. You're not sure.
I would like to punch it. I would like to punch it.
All right, you go and you take your fist and punch it, and your fist goes straight into
Dude,
the
that
hole.
joke's too easy. That
all
joke's
the
too
way.
easy.
All. Guess I'll make the boss harder. You shove your fist all the way through this hole down to your elbow, and you feel it starting to pull you deeper in. Do you try to resist it?
Oh. You know what?
You do suffer
I
3
bet.
force damage.
3. Okay, that's bad. That's fine. It's fine. You know what? I bet my sword woman is in the hole. So if I let it take me in, I can fight with keeping her hair there. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna let it take me in.
Are you sure?
I like that. I like that. Do I in my big brain, my big rocky brain, do I think this would kill me?
No. Do you think it would kill you?
Good point.
No.
No, I think I'm stronger than holes. I'm gonna go in.
All right. You do not resist as Vrokos disappears. Now we're gonna turn to the rest of the party.
Whole time.
Gesh, Ruby, as you guys fall asleep. Gesh, you find yourself in a beautiful field. As you look around, you see overcast weather. This grassland that you exist in. As you stand on a large hill just above it, and you feel a heavy wind begin to pass by you. It's serene and nice, and you hear on the tip of the wind a familiar voice. Roll me a perception check.
Imagine if he
Nice.
fails.
You can't place it, but it's familiar and soothing to you. And then suddenly there seems to be a shaking of earth. And you hear "Ah!" your brother's voice as he seems to be crying out in pain within your dream. And then you awaken after your long rest. Unless there's anything you wanted to do in your dream, but it has to be very fast.
No, nothing.
You awaken from your long rest feeling relaxed and wonderful. Anyways, Ruby,
Mm-hmm.
as Brian begins to dream, he finds himself in a dark forest next to an abandoned fort. There seems to be strange creatures wandering through the forest that seem to stare at him as they prance by and whatnot. A large breeze begins to pass through the forest, and sorry, I have something stuck in my mic here, so I'm just gonna get that off. Give me a second. You're not gonna like the sound here.
Oh, my brain! You're in my ears.
I'll fix that later.
This
Anyway,
is how I imagine the feeling of cringe to sound like.
the heavy wind begins to blow, and you smell honey and lavender.
Mm-hmm.
You see this fort, and you see what seems to be humanoid creatures walking around in it. You feel a sense of eeriness, but calm, as eventually you come back to after you finish your long rest. Now, Ragnos!
I would have tried to approach the fort.
Okay, you begin to approach the fort before you finish your long rest. The creatures on the fort all look towards you, and you finish your long rest before anything happens. Ragnos, as you fall unconscious, your mind begins to sleep. And as you do, you hear the screaming of damned individuals, people on fire, people, the chill of ice. And as you look around, you see a large stone throne sat upon a chamber of cool blue. and you see sitting there a humanoid man with this large tail that flicks around him, black in color, in this blackened armor with these strange, what are they fucking called? Vestments that seem to pour around him. A crown of brass sits upon his head. Can't make out many details besides one eye that seems to be glowing a bluish color and one that seems to be glowing a reddish color. As he stares down at you, you hear, "Interesting. So she survived. I will find you in due time. Until then, have some fun." At this point, your vision shifts once again to a darkened chamber, and you see what seems to be gemstones that seem to be glowing and reflecting what little bit of light that seems to exist here. Not much, but it seems to be coming from one direction within this large underground space. It seems to be a light that you can't determine the color of. What do you do?
Gemstones in a cave. Can't determine much about them.
More so crystals, like crystals jutting out of rock and stone.
My mind's still on the dude with the blue and red eye, but looking about the crystals. Ragnos is going to, I guess, just survey the room a little bit more, see if anyone approaches.
You're in a tunnel,
if-
it seems. And the light is coming from the end of the tunnel.
In that case, he's actually looking over to the end of the tunnel. Ragnos is going to start making his way towards that. But as he passes by a crystal, he's going to try brushing against it, and he's going to look at his hand to see what happens as he does so.
It seems to be a hard crystal. Nothing really happens.
In that case, he continues towards the light.
Eventually, you come to what seems to be this barrier of light that seems to, as you touch it, it seems to react like jelly, seemingly pushing back and forth. You get the feeling you could probably push through this if you wanted to. Do you push past this barrier?
I'm gonna go try diving in.
Alright. You dive through, and as you do, you find yourself within this large chasm underneath the ground, this large cave, with many crystals the size of city buildings, seemingly from the top and bottoms, and just out of these strange rocks of just blackened stone that you could see around you. And you see in the very center of this cave, surrounded by heavy crystal, was this crystalline barrier. Seems to be a sword embedded in a black rock.
I'll make my way down towards the barrier surrounding the sword.
Alright. You could easily pass through this barrier. It seems to be just crystals that seem to have formed to create a small netting-like barrier around it.
As I pass through the barriers, do I notice any odd feeling?
Make me a perception check.
Alright. That's 16.
As you look into the crystals, as you're passing by them, you do see what seems to be other humanoid figures doing the same thing, but as you, turn around and, look not through the crystal, but behind it, there's no one there. You get this strange natural energy sense from the sword. As you're getting closer and closer, it seems to be getting more prominent.
As Ragnos is about to reach out towards the sword, he considers for a moment if this is a test.
Oh, by the way, for the combat, you each gained 1,000 XP, just so you're aware.
Okay, so for, I guess, future.
At this point, I'm pretty sure you guys should have enough to level up, right?
Well, we're all
1,000.
Yeah, but a lot of those levels have been given to you for free. So
Yeah.
you should have been getting a lot of XP.
Let me see if I can level up.
So, alright, I guess with that in mind, should we add our our free quote unquote XP on top of our quote unquote level XP.
So, the levels. So, as I've stated, this is how it works. When you get when I allow you to level up for free, it does not cost XP to do so. But when I tell you to, the XP you gain from combats and shit should be separate from your actual XP.
Mhm.
So when you do go to a place of power or whatnot, you can level up that XP, but using that XP, and it gets rid of that. So it just goes into your level XP at that point.
That would be the difference between one level and the next.
Yes.
Is the cost. Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, not even close. Level 7 requires 9,000 for this.
Hmm.
I'm not even 3,000.
How much you got, Ragnos?
I have 6,444.
Okay.
But I guess I am still at there, and I feel the natural magic from it.
Yes.
As I consider that, I decide to lay a hand on the blade or lay a hand on the pommel.
You
Try to
push
grip
through,
it.
and you lay a hand on the pommel. The blade itself seems to be indistinct in its actual look. It seems like when you look at it once, it's a great sword. When you look at it once, it's a long sword. As you look at it again, it seems to be a short blade. You're not sure exactly what its actual form is. And as you lay your hand on the pommel, there seems to be this jolt of energy through your body, and you take your hand off for a second, but you put your hand back on, and it begins to form into a strange blade. But as you do so, you look down towards it. What blade are you imagining it as?
What blade would I be imagining it as? Well, considering I saw a sword in a stone, I'd probably be thinking it's a long sword. That's a pretty typical blade.
As the blade begins to shift, it shifts from long to short, back to bastard sword status. And as you look at it, you grab onto the handle a bit and you try to pull it. You don't seem to have enough strength yet to do so. I will say.
Wait.
Actually, I'll say as you're touching the pommel and you grab it. What are you doing?
That's the thing. Since I seem to be too weak, I decided to cast a certain spell on myself.
Mhm.
Enhance ability.
Okay.
To give myself bull strength and see if I can pull this from the.
So you want to attempt?
Actually,
to
wait.
pull
Would I
this?
have restored my spell slots at this point?
At this point, I'll allow you to cast it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I have that, but I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be one off my tomorrow because I went off for tomorrow.
No, it's
but,
fine.
hey.
It's fine. You can just free
Okay.
cast it.
Oh, in that case, yeah, I cast it
Okay.
in this dreamscape. And with that, it would enhance. That would double my ability to pull and drag, and also gives me advantage if I were to make a strength check.
Okay. So would you like to try to pull this sword out?
Yep.
Okay. So as you were testing it before, you're like, this has a little bit of give. I might be able to pull it out. Go ahead and make me an athletics check with advantage.
It's because of the bull
Or
strength.
if you want to, you can make a persuasion check.
Wait a minute. I suppose I'm touching it, so I. Wait a minute. Because I did cast bull strength,
Mm-hmm.
but as I touch it, I realized I could.
So I'll say this before you casted it, as you're trying to pull it, doesn't work, and as you were about to let go, you feel this sense in your mind that seems to be a sense of worthiness, like a questioning of your ability, your worthiness.
Okay, so this is just before I cast the enhanced
Yeah.
ability.
Yes.
In that case, I realized that, and I changed to Eagle Splendor.
Okay.
With
Which I
that,
assume is charisma, right?
basically, yeah, it's the charisma version.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna make a persuasion check with advantage.
All right. So what do you? I'll say this. What do you say back to? Well, go ahead and roll first. We'll see.
Alright, that's only 20.
As you do so, and you start to grab onto this thing and start to pull a little bit, you do send an acknowledgement back through your mind towards whatever sent this to you. And you receive an acknowledgement back. Shadowy, you gain 3,000 XP. Do you wish to spend that on a warlock level?
You know,
All
I can
like,
re.
yeah. Do you wish to spend 9,000 XP on a warlock level or whatever it was?
That would be a warlock level. I think I see what's going on. Okay. You know, since this, I could technically. You know, screw it. I'll do it. Back to the blade.
All right.
Getting
As
back to
you-
the blade.
Pull this blade out. What form does it take for you? What
At this
form
point-
is your blade? It can be any blade. I don't give a shit.
At this point, I'd probably keep it as a long sword.
You pull out this beautiful long sword of blackened stone color. But the blade itself seems to be made of this emerald green crystal. And as you pull it out, you hold it and stare at it, and you hear in your head, "Oh, this'll be fun." And as you look around you, you see a few individuals around you. About, you're not sure how many, but more than 7. 2 of them you recognize. You recognize standing before you a shaded version of Rakos and a shaded version of Brian, who are wielding blades of similar taste. And with that, you awaken from your dream.
Alright.
Fully long rested. Anyways, Zeus!
Yeah.
You know Doctor Strange? You know that scene from Doctor Strange?
Which
where
one?
Where people like always put Freebird over it?
Oh, yeah, that one.
So,
Yep.
Zeus. We'll get back to you, actually. The 3 of you awaken around the same time as you start to breathe heavily. So, how do we get rid of that XP that's required for another level?
Yep, so that would be about a good old 9,000 off, so that's 444 XP remaining.
Yep, that's fine. Good job. Anyways. So, as you 3 awaken, 2 of you awaken yawning and feeling extra great, like getting a little bit of stretches in just now, and you both watch as Ragnos comes up with a jolt.
Oh.
Gesh, Ruby, Ragnos.
Yeah.
If there's any roleplay you would like to do, I will say none of you notice Vrakos in the room.
Yeah, what's wrong, guys?
Well, your brother shoved the sword in the fucking tree, and I had to pull it out, and I think I went unconscious after that.
As Ragnos
Eh?
says this, you all look, and the room, like the walls are torn and shredded a bit. Any paintings and whatnot that were on the wall are like ripped a bit. Not paintings, but like the tribal designs on it. The cloths and silks that were hanging from the ceiling are like torn and strewn around. The tree seems to be giving off this eminent glow.
And where did Vrakos and his sword go?
As Ragnos gets up and he's like, well, I went unconscious before that, but he should be. Wait a minute. Where the hell is Vrakos?
Hold on, hold on.
Well-
Hold on, hold on. Hold on.
What?
Hold on, I did at Vrakos like an idiot. Edit message. At Zeus. If you guys want to look in speak channel,
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I get my effort back.
I see.
no, that's what happened when you. Yeah. So as you ask this question,
Nice
Zeus,
one.
we turn towards you. As similar to the scene I've just posted in Speak, where it's Doctor Strange flying through like the space tunnel after being like thrown through it by the old one or whatnot. You begin to fall through an endless stream of magical energy. You begin to hear whispers in your head, voices speaking. They're starting to damage your psyche a bit. You start to fall, and then you stop, and then start again, and you seem to start spinning in a 360 pattern. And as you stop, you find yourself floating amongst the stars. I'd like you to make me a wisdom save.
Ruh-roh. I'm stupid. Don't make me do this. Wisdom. Oh, actually, I'm proficient. No, sick. I actually have a bonus.
Mhm.
Not good. 6.
Rakos, you stop, and you look around, and your mind starts to hurt as you are reduced to one hit point, I'll say, due to psychic damage. But you look around, and you see your home. You see your home planet of Taram, and you see this branch of iridescent light that you seem to get pulled through. As you see this large tree that seems to sit outside of space itself in a void of black. As you're pulled further
Jeez.
in. What?
Oh, crap, not mute.
As you're pulled further in and up, you eventually see the entire island, which you are on currently, surrounded by a misty fog. That fog seems to drift off onto the tree a bit. You see what seems to be these small lines that are connected to different branches that continue out and through. Unlike Taram or other worlds that you could see passing by, other stars on this tree, this strange island that you find yourself on seems to be a layer on the main trunk of this tree. A pretty high one. And you could see what seems to be a flat design to it, not round. It almost looks like a disc. As you look at it, you could see thousands and hear thousands of voices speaking and talking. And you could see what seems to be multiple planes of existence that seem to surround it. Small breaks into the Feywild, into the Shadowfell, or this plane of shadows, this plane of strange wackiness. As you go and touch this disc, once again, your hand is bigger than it. As you do, you grab it for a second, you watch as parts of your body begin to shift and change. You begin to watch as the rock forms even more sturdy, as bits of plant and vine seem to intertwine between it. Rakos.
Yeah.
Roll me a charisma save.
I'm better at those. No, I'm not.
What you roll?
Hold on. I only have a +5, which is not that great. Oh, actually, holy shit! 18!
18. So, as you feel this force of will trying to push its way into your mind, do you allow it to? Or do you say fuck off, basically?
Force of... I'm a pretty fuck off pretty person. So, but I literally say fuck off, because I didn't realize it's a mental option.
As you say fuck off, return to the world. The three of you are trying to figure out what happened to Rakos. And suddenly you hear this blaring sound as if 10,000 air alarm sirens are going off at once. Fuck off!
Wait a minute.
We return to you, Zeus. Zeus, as you say this, you feel a bit of scorn in your mind as you're thrust backwards. Everyone else, as you hear this strange sound, you suddenly hear as the tree explodes. And you see standing in the middle of where it should be, in the middle of its trunk, covered in this strange goo, is the visage of Rakos. Rakos, take your long rest. However, Rakos does have a few changes to him. Rakos, your skin, which is now tied together with a bit of, which has seemingly turned into like small canyons and whatnot, instead of just like small little cracks in your rocky skin, it's turned into canyons. you guys look over towards Rocco's and you see like what seems to be a bit of water pooling up from the strange liquid that seems to almost run through the canyons on his skin like a river. You see that's on his left arm. On his right arm, it seems to almost look like a scorching desert. Rocco's, upon your head there is this strange hair that seems to be formed from a crown. Well, it starts at a crown of vines and leaves and branches that seems to swirl back into a pretty long set of hair that goes all the way down to like your ankles. As you stand there, you look down. You're completely naked, mind you, but you just look like this titanous being almost in the form of a medium creature. You look like what people would assume Gaia would look like. Brakos, your creature type is no longer humanoid. It is primordial and fey.
Was he kind of a primordial before?
No, I'm
Sorry,
fully.
elemental and that's what it's called. I was trying to think of what it was called. Is it? Wait,
So-
no. Is it? Because I'm trying to think. What's the name of it? Right? It's elemental, right? Is the creature type?
Yes.
Okay, so elemental and fey.
Okay, I'm a bit confused. What the fuck happened? Can you say it in short again what just happened? Because my brain can't really comprehend
No,
that.
I'm not gonna tell you because you don't need to know.
Okay.
As you stand there, you stare at your body. Increase your not your wisdom, but your constitution, and actually, technically, yeah, your wisdom as well to 20 both.
Huh?
Damn.
Why am I the only one who doesn't get like crazy
Because
fucking
you don't do
abilities?
stupid shit.
Last
You-
time I did stupid shit, it killed me.
You kind of. Rocco's. Okay, hold on. So with an increase to 20 wisdom, like his world shatters a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Like he's still pretty much a moron. He's a 12 intelligence, but with that 20 wisdom, he understands now. He doesn't know what he understands, but he understands.
Rakos, as you like take a step off this tree and touch the dirt where the tree that used to be underneath the tree, you feel this strange connection pulling into you as you feel the natural magics of the world seem to connect to you for a second. I'm not gonna tell you what that does yet.
Okay.
Everyone else, you just see this man step out. He's a good 3 feet taller than he was when he before you guys went to sleep.
Bro,
Well, hold on.
he's a large creature now?
No, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
consider him a large creature.
Why he has 10 feet, man.
A goblin, Ragnos pinches himself very viciously.
Checking.
Ow. Oh, not fucking dreaming. Shit.
Rakos, how tall are you actually?
Oh no.
If you're 3
I
feet
believe
taller?
if I'm 3 feet taller, I think I have my.
If you are
Height
11,
written
if you are
down.
11 feet, I will consider you a large creature.
I'm not 11. I'm 9 feet 5 inches.
Okay, then you're not a large creature.
I'm still gigantic, but not
Yeah.
large. I'm not like a yeah.
What the fuck just happened to you, brother?
I need my sword.
How the fuck did you just get another growth spurt?
Mind you, as he says this and looks towards you, you can see this strange viney and earthy-like material, these plant life that seems to be creating this beard on his face that's just growing at the moment, larger and larger.
Okay, now I seem to understand, but still, why the fuck did you do that? Why the...
Ragnos, I need you to explain to me exactly what you fucking did after I went unconscious. I want you to explain it in detail.
He's Rockus like takes like a step like forward a little bit and then backwards. The tree took woman out of the sword, and I tried to fight the tree.
But-
I won.
Did you?
You fought a tree.
I've seen a lot.
Wait a minute. Where the hell did my wing go?
It was in the Tempest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll for your wing.
Oh no.
Me now. It's just-
Your wing got disintegrated.
oh no.
Well, shit. Yeah,
I was
guys,
like,
I think...
it has to do 15 damage to disintegrate the wing, and it did 16.
Okay.
Alright.
So
Did you
I'll
happen
say
to
it didn't
see-
disintegrate
Yeah.
your wing. You look around and you can see parts of like what your wing were, like the cartilage and whatnot, that are just completely spewed about the room a bit. And you can see
It was
they're starting-
eviscerated.
Yeah, they're starting to burn and shift and disintegrate now.
Somebody did a will it blend trend on it.
Hey, brother, could you come
I'm going
here,
to
please?
ask. Did anyone else see a strange fort in their dream?
No.
No, I saw a sword, and I think I've increased some of my warlock powers. I feel like it
I
can summon
just
something.
hear my stupid brother scream.
Hold on. Ragnar's gonna try summoning a sword.
You guys watch Ragnar say, "Hold on," and he holds his hand out, and you see a blade appear in his hand, a long sword. If Ragnos, you would like to describe your sword a bit more.
Alright. So, it's an emerald green long sword.
The blade
As in-
is.
The blade.
The blade is.
Yeah, the blade. The blade is an emerald green. It's a rather nice, has a rather nice sheen to it. It tapers off somewhat at the middle, but it widens at the tip and at the base. But the pommel is shaped somewhat like a. It's shaped like a. It's shaped like a U, a sort of a small, a shallow U, and with it has floral designs along said pommel. Actually, no, that said guard. The guard. The pommel, on the other hand, seems to be in the shape of a. It seems to be in the shape of a globe, a tiny little globe.
Okay.
It has green and blue all over it. And the handle is a nice light green cloth.
Brian, both you and
Yep.
Varakos immediately recognize a similarity to your own blades.
I just as a.
Triplets? Really? I just
Uh,
say.
Oh, come on. No, you have. Does everybody have now some sentient item with them?
Apparently.
Possibly. Let me try. Hey. Hello.
You- as you say that, you hear, "Wondrous. One truly worthy of my weight. We shall do great together.
Oh, I mean,
Ragnos.
what?
You may be of
what-
infernal nature, but you, are you a good lion creature?
Well, I'm thinking Ragnos is turning towards good alignment, but his initial alignment is chaotic neutral.
You may be infernal in nature, but I could feel the good growing within you. We shall burn all the evil and scorch the darkness they hide within, with the light of the day.
Oh.
Huzzah!
Ah. Well, that sounds pretty based. What's your name?
Did you just ask its name?
Yes.
Give me a second to think of one.
It really gives.
Hold on,
Their
Ruby, what did
name
you
to
call your
you.
sword, Ruby, by the way?
I called mine Faye.
I called mine sword.
You may call
Name
me
his
Faria.
long.
Aria.
Faria. F-A''R''I''A. Faria.
God.
Very.
A''R.
F-A''R''I''A.
What the fuck? Why do they have
Faria,
the most?
the Emerald Blade.
Alright. Alright.
Unlike Like the other two who haven't gotten the names of their blades.
Gad Ragnos immediately learns the name of his sword.
Wait, no, he has a sentient blade. He has a sentient blade. And no, why does everybody has a sentient blade here? Is it really that common for someone to have a sentient blade?
In my games, yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I
Fair
had
enough.
several sentient battle
You
axes
get a
before.
sentient blade, and you get a sentient blade, and you get a sentient blade. We all get sentient blades. Oprah.
Except me. Maybe a sentient dagger for me.
No, you have a book.
Yeah. Now I wanna have like now I wanna play a Hexblade as well, or another subclass that gives me a sentient something.
Anyways,
Holy shit.
Vrakos, as you look down towards yourself, you feel a connection to the earth that you stand upon. Everything else around you is like, you hear as you're just focusing on yourself a bit. Vrakos, you do hear in your mind your blades speak to you once again. Well, you had a glow up.
Sword! Oh, you're alive! Ah!
As you look around, you suddenly see that your sword has appeared in front of you in the ground. The blade
let's go.
the blackened rock seems to have cracked a bit, and you can see what seems to have shifted into canyons and valleys similar to you, with running magical energy through it that almost looks like a river. It has a natural feel to it now.
And you had it glow down.
At least I don't look like I've been in the forest for 20 years without any pussy, unlike me.
I don't... Do I have a penis still?
You do.
Oh, good.
Oh.
It's very rocky, though.
Otherwise, we would have had another 2-hour penis talk.
I'm not gonna do
God
that.
damn it.
Hey, it was funny.
Mind you, guys, Vrakos is completely naked.
Ah.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Ragnos is avoiding commenting.
So at this point,
I'm just giving him like a big ass blanket that he had for like a tent.
okay. Is there any
Like,
roleplay you guys
yeah.
would like to make?
And brother, my character just charges up like electricity in his hand and just shocks him.
So as you go to shock him and you get close to him, you do feel similar to you when you first started discovering your connection to nature and whatnot. What seems to be this airflow that surrounds him, almost like wind, as you touch him and shock him.
Wait. Now I'm confused. How do you have air? How do you have strange air around you? You are Earth. It's like the fucking opposite. What the fuck happened to you? I need to research that. What happened to you? You my character just mumbling to him furiously.
I'm still talking out loud to the sword. I'm gonna lean down and whisper a little bit. So, did you get the tree powers?
It seems we both did.
Oh, good.
But Vrakos, listen to me.
Yes.
That Brian fellow. They're corrupting their sword. You need to take it from them soon. You need to stop them from doing so. I can absorb the sword and make sure it is not further corrupted than it already has been.
That sounds familiar.
Out of character, yeah.
I take
The swords are
Take a deep breath.
instigating. The swords try to instigate.
Shh. Guess. Shh.
I know.
I lean back into the sword. Okay. I got you.
But remember, if you attack now, the rest of the group will take you as well. So you need to do it quietly, stealthily, when they're alone or even asleep. If you just take the sword and drop their attunement to it, I can absorb it.
Gotcha. Okay. They seem slightly stupid too as well, so they might just die at some point, and we'll get the sword.
Yes, they are.
Look at you.
Yeah, you guys.
I'm just like,
Yeah, you're hearing this because you're right next to him. You're hearing, they'll die soon. Sword. Because they're mumbling to themselves.
Dragon, my can't
He's
sword.
just like, brother. What the fuck are you planning to do?
what? I'm just talking my sword. You know, me and my sword, and I pat the sword.
I don't believe you. I believe you as far as I can throw you. And as you might know, that's not very far. Even less now.
I want. I'm gonna look into my brother's eyes, like get like really close to his face, and just I'm gonna look at him.
Okay.
And all right, I'm very wisdomy now. Wisdomy. You could never throw me, brother, but now you don't need to throw me. You can trust in the idea that I will throw myself for you. And I'm gonna look back at the sword and do a thumbs up with a smile. I'm smiling.
I don't know what happened to you. You become even more retarded, didn't you?
No,
I just grab him by the ear and drag him along.
How are you gonna reach him?
Yeah, you
You're
can't.
2 feet
He
tall.
leaned down. He said he would lean down really
He was.
close.
So as you
I
try to
was-
pull him, he's. You can't even move him at all. Like his ear is sturdy. There's another thing that happened to you, Vrokos, that you're now aware of. You weigh quite a bit more. How much did you weigh beforehand?
All right, let me go look real quick. I weighed 225 pounds.
You now weigh 2,250 pounds.
What the fuck?
Of course,
Bitch.
2,250.
And that's in part. I will say this: keep the original weight, but also put slash 2,250 because there's something that's causing that. So I'll go over that in a bit when we're done with the session.
There we
Man,
go.
I
I'm
can't
down.
even use levitate on him anymore to annoy him.
I'm too fucking thick. You can't defeat my thickness.
You're too bricked up.
Brother,
Oh, I hate that. Ugh, I
did
hate
you
what you
gain
said.
weight? Brother, did you become fat?
No, I am
Yes.
big rocked.
No, that's definitely fat. You have the feeling he's trying to annoy you on purpose.
I am too down to earth to let you get to my nerves again.
While all this is going on, I'm actually just talking with Faria.
Yep. Go ahead.
So, Faria, I know you're a sword of justice and destruction of evil, but I'm just wondering, where were you made?
Give me a second. So you're asking her where she was made. Continue.
I guess, where were you made? Or I guess if you were, I know if you're a sentient item, you might have like a soul put in you, like, or were you like a creature before you were turned into a sword?
That is unimportant. What we must do is destroy the evils of this world. But if you ask, I am originally from the Feywild,
Ooh. That's
crafted as a destructive blade towards evil. I shall be by your side as long as this is your goal.
Alright. Yeah, well, I guess while everything else is going on, Ragnos does follow up with another question. What do sentient swords do for fun?
Give me a second. What do we do for fun? We watch you as you travel along.
Seems fucking boring.
Maybe we could go, you know, I'm gonna go see. I guess we can do that if if you find that fun. Perhaps, maybe traveling, you'll find something else you find fun. Like, actually wait, does being polished feel good?
Most likely, I haven't been polished before. If you want to polish me, that would be fine. You are my
Sure, I'll
first
see about
wielder,
it.
after all.
I'll go find some polish.
What?
Oh, I'm taking her first time, eh?
I hate you. Anyway.
You literally made this so easy. Don't even at me, bro.
Anyways, I sent you Faria's stat block.
Ah, alright.
That +1 is added on to whatever bonuses you get for being a Hexblade or a Pact of the Blade, just so you're aware.
Okay.
So if you have, like, Better Blade, which gives you a +1 extra to it, you instead would have technically a +2. Just from the blade itself. Anyways, so, as you begin to look around for some wax or whatnot to polish the blade, something to polish the blade, is there any other roleplay you guys would like to make?
Bless you. I'm just trying to speak to my book again.
What is it, my friend? What can I do for you?
I do have a little question.
Of course.
Do
Ask
you
me.
have any? Do you have any abilities that I'm not aware of?
Most likely, but I mean, we're attuned to each other. You could always try many things. What abilities do you think I might have?
So you're a book of pure you're essentially a book that is pure transmutation.
Yes.
I know I can turn things into other things with you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can try if I can exceed my previous thought limits.
Maybe. I mean, it will cost a lot of magic to do so. And if we find a source of power which I can obtain more power from, I can definitely be upgraded.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I can also absorb other magical books.
Out of character. Of course he can. What else?
You're just trying to get us to kill off the other Hexblades.
Fuck you.
For me, it's
Hexblades.
books. But funny enough, there's actually a long like series of these magical books from Tasha's.
Of course, to do so, it would destroy the other book, and I would be able to bring its knowledge into me. Though, depending on how the book is aligned in its magic, if it's a natural magic book, it would not work. If it's a divine magic book, it would not work. I am arcane purely in nature.
Okay.
So if
Good to
you're,
know.
it would need to be an arcane book, and it would need to be something for which you can feasibly wield at your power.
Okay.
So out of
Again,
character,
they are-
that means don't go finding like a book of summon Tarask and trying to absorb
I
it.
know. But there are other ones from this specific line of books, like the Plain Caller's Codex or the Astromancy
Anyways.
Archive.
Anyways, as you guys are all
Interest.
talking to your sentient items, you guys hear the door opens, and Oleg comes in. Argins uf allen ufal. Olaf.
I think he means
hello.
we should go.
Alright, guys? Yeah, we probably should just get packed up and head out.
Alright. He looks towards Brakos, and you can see a look of what the fuck in his head, in his eye.
My character just is like a fuck if Reno.
I also just shrug like,
He like does a okay, whatever. Urban Ikurda, and he points towards the chest. Ah, and he starts to walk up, moves it, grabs a few things out, lays them on the ground. You see this large sack, this leather sack. He looks to you all as he starts to pull out like a handful of coins, and he starts to count it. He puts a small stack on the ground, and he takes the rest and puts it on his side.
I think that's was.
Probably a payment of some sort.
He also grabs this small satchel, like smaller than his fingernail out, that would probably fit around you guys, and he just looks at it. Wolf?
I raise my hand.
Ah! And he hands it to you.
Okay. Nice, I take it.
You get the feeling he was asking, do you guys want this?
Huh.
He then, like, takes out of the chest this large painting. You can see it's of the female Cyclops, and he just looks at it. You see a little bit of drool come out of his mouth. He shakes his head and puts it to the side. He then grabs, like, this small, this large, created tube for scrolls or whatnot that seems to be made out of hide and rock, and he pulls it out and opens it. As he does so, it seems to be this large map, and as you guys are looking at it, it seems to be a map with instructions written on it of a language you can't speak. He puts it back and takes that, slings it over his shoulder. Okay. And he looks through, and he points in and goes, Ulvaf Ikula, and he points at him, Ulkurama, and he points towards the door. He looks towards you all, Ulkalin Ufal, and he does a little sign of walking. Ukul al ilo, and he waves to you and walks out.
Okay.
I follow him.
I just wave at him.
Okay, Ruby begins to follow him.
Ruby, I think he just said that he would go now.
You make an insight check.
Me or him?
Both
Fuck
of you.
it.
Alright.
I am terrible at this, but fuck it.
I do believe I am as well.
18!
Hold on, let me check my modifier. It's a bit buggy, as usual. Insight only +3 for... Alright, that's an 18 as well.
You both realize as you start to walk, Ruby, he's saying, I'm gonna get going. You guys can stay here if you want for a little bit before the others come back.
Hey, Ruby, what's in the satchel that he gave you?
I do not know. Let me check as I'm going to see what it is as I open it.
You open the satchel and there seems to be nothing in it.
Alright.
Guess they just gave us a bag.
It's empty.
Ah, and how much gold is there? Let me count.
Okay. Make me a perception
I'm
check.
going to...
No, I'm
I know, make
I'm
me a perception
thoroughly-
check.
9.
9, okay. As you're thoroughly counting it, you seem to drop a few coins, kind of have to start over counting. You get the rough general thought that there's about 5,600 gold pieces.
That's a lot.
And that is
The-
that is divided in between silver, copper, and gold. It's a small pile. Which is why I had you make a check to see if you could count it all.
Okay. Wouldn't have that been investigation?
No,
No, wait, that must make sense.
investigating is investigating a room and shit like that. It's like trying to discover more details. Perception is like for counting and shit too. So Ruby, as you are looking at the satchel, you open it, close it. There's a strange design on the satchel. You start to look it over.
Is it a bag of holding? Alright, so...
I don't know what a fucking bag of holding is.
I was asking about our character.
I'm not gonna tell you shit out of character.
Fair enough. Alright, guess I'm just gonna
Make me an
stash...
investigation check, I'll say.
Alright, investigation... +0, crap. 6.
Seems to be just a normal satchel.
You know what, just gonna toss the 5, sorta broken daggers in it.
put the 5 broken daggers in it, and they disappear as soon as they enter into the satchel.
Oh, it's a bag of holding.
Go ahead and mark down a bag of holding in your inventory.
I was right. Okay.
You get the feeling this is an enchanted item that allows you to hold more than it should.
At least it's not a bag of devouring.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Anyways.
Goblin wouldn't be that evil.
Yeah.
Yet.
Anyways. As all this stuff is provided to you, what do you guys want to do? Zeus, Ragnos, Gesh, Ruby. What is your next
Magnus is
move?
gonna be gathering the rest of his stuff up. If anyone needs his help with gathering the gold up, he'll help with that. But he's gonna be headed out. He's gonna get ready to head out.
So there's
Hey,
a
yeah,
lot of gold and silver and copper for you guys to...
Yeah,
Do
there's a
you
So he'll
lot
probably help
here.
out with that. He'll help
Do
out
you
with that.
want? Do you want me to hold on to that?
Probably
I
the best-
think we first
thing.
would need to assess how much gold there is exactly, and then look how much each one gets.
There is about, I would say, 700 pounds of coins.
That doesn't even fit into the bag of holding.
Point one is the weight of a coin, I believe. Right? Or
Yeah,
is
it's
it point
point-
0.01?
It's 10 coins equals a pound, I think. So.
Yeah. So point one, there's about 700 pounds of coin weight.
All right.
Damn.
Yeah, just see how much you can put in that bag. If you guys can't carry anymore, we'll help you carry the rest.
All right. I'm gonna shovel as much as I can into.
I would recommend you
the-
put the silver and copper in there,
I'll put the silver and copper in.
and then you carry the rest in gold, which would be about 200 pounds of gold.
So that's 2,000.
Yeah, it's about 2,000 gold, and the rest is silver and copper.
All right.
Damn.
So we should
Oh.
probably split the
Hold on,
gold
50,
evenly amongst us.
5,600, silver, gold, yeah, it's about 700 pounds.
Damn. I would say let's put this gold to let's split this gold first, then the silver, then the copper. I think that's the easiest for now.
Yeah, sure. We'll have to do it later.
Yeah,
could
let's
split the
do it on
gold
the.
now. And
If you
just
split it,
carry
it would
the
be
silver and
500
copper.
gold
just
each, just so
there.
you're aware. It would be 50
Yeah.
pounds carried on each of you.
Yeah.
Each person
Yeah.
gets 500 gold. You carry with them.
That's a good chunk of gold.
Well, I think
Says the
that's decided.
air genasi who's like 3 feet tall, and it's like half his body weight.
Wait. Let me look actually. Wow, it's actually more than I weigh. I weigh like 33 pounds.
Okay. So there would be about 5,100 gold. Well, 5,100 gold left of materials of silver and copper in the bag.
Okay.
So, as you guys sort all the items and begin to leave this place, is there anything else you guys would like to do, or would you like to make your way back to the cart?
We
Oh
need to
yeah,
go
the
back to
cart.
Because,
Yeah.
because that I don't think the Cyclops are gonna be as friendly as Oleg was. They'll be a bit more angry at us.
Well, you specifically beat their leader in like one hit. I think they're
I could-
putting your.
Yeah,
I
could
think
do
you
that.
could become the leader.
I could intimidate them, but I just wanna at least. I think we should at least make ourselves scarce. We've used their homes. Sleep.
Hospitality.
I will say, her bed, by the way, it's strange. Unlike the others, which are hide and stone, you guys notice it has an actual mattress to it. It has silks and different cloths and whatnot sitting upon it. It has a nice, beautiful pillow that's about 10 feet in each direction. It is
So
a nice
basically,
spell.
she's the quote-unquote queen of the tribe.
Yeah, and you would remember now after a bit of time of thinking about it. Female Cyclopses are in my lores, in my lore for my world. Female Cyclopses, at least in Turam, there's one born for every like 500 male Cyclopses. So they are quite rare, but they do exist. And whenever one does come into play within a tribe, they are not worshipped, but they become more of a head of the tribe, and the Cyclopses that are tribal, they will attempt to bring her gifts or show their strength to her to become their mate and leader of the tribe for the next year until another hunt or strength proving is given for the next year for another Cyclops to become king or leader of the tribe, or for the same one to remain in power.
So essentially, she's worshipped.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's that now it makes a lot more sense, the tribal structure of this. Huh. Neat.
And you guys killed her in one hit, so Jesus fucking Christ, guys.
Not killed.
Well,
And it was Ragnos.
Kind of.
me over here spending 30 minutes to make an awesome boss fight for this compelled duel, and Ragnos being like, "Fuck your boss."
No.
It was my fault. I just swung and I was going hard. I swung too hard.
Anyways, technically it's been a month. Well, about 2 weeks. Okay, yeah. So, as you guys begin to leave and push through the forest, you speak to the Fey creature who allows you passage through. Zeus, you begin to notice your body isn't attuned to Earth specifically anymore. As you start to walk, you start to feel a heavy breeze pushes by you, keeping you cool. Your right arm at the moment seems to have this heat, as if almost fire energy is passing through it. And your left arm has these small rivered energies. As you start to push through, I hate you. I hate you.
No.
You start to notice you have a connection to the 4 major elemental powers. Strangely enough. As you're starting to move, make me just a general wisdom check.
Yep.
I hate you guys. I knew this was gonna happen when I was like, as soon as he took it, I was like, fuck, this is what's gonna happen.
All right. Which
Bro.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by memes.
Wisdom
Which
check,
stat?
please.
Wisdom,
check,
thank you.
yeah.
Bro,
Awesome.
Bro, why did you make her from an earth elemental to an elemental elemental?
Foundation's about to attack.
17.
17. You get the feeling with enough training and enough downtime, you can probably learn how to switch between a connection to each one. At the moment, you seem to be connected to a more earthen kind of affinity at the moment, but you get the feeling you could switch between the 4 elements, and they would have differences in your body and your abilities.
Bro, Zeus is always doing the most stupid shit and gets the most OP shit
Because
out
he's
of
he always does the stupidest funny shit
Yeah.
ever.
Bro, he can turn into adamantine and is now probably the strongest genasi ever.
Mhm.
Like, what the fuck?
Bro, if Eret did that, he would be the size of a normal person.
Oh, I wish I would
Be the
have
size
done
of a
that.
manlet.
Like,
Be the size
honestly,
of a
imagine
manlet.
wait, that would actually be a problem because one of the feats that I have the prerequisite of me being small.
Yeah. Anyway, so as you continue to move through the forest, you eventually get to the outside, where you see just a bit north of you guys, there seems to be this smoke trail in the air of a campfire. You don't see the cart anywhere.
I wanted to say maybe Rectus could fly up to the
Through
scout,
the
but
campfire.
Mm-hmm.
A certain hexblade may have ruined that.
In my defense, I was treating you as an enemy. That probably wouldn't become a ally again.
That's fair. That's fair. So, as
bitch.
you guys begin to slowly approach that, are you stealthing?
Yes.
Yes.
Roll me stealth checks.
Yeah, sure.
And Zeus, roll me with disadvantage. As you're stepping, shakes the earth around.
I'm
a
gonna
little
give Bardic Inspiration to Zeus.
bit. Okay.
Hey, buddy, you should be
Oh,
like fire.
yeah, we not stealth, man. We ain't stealth.
Oh,
I could have
Oh,
5.
God.
I have my half plate, so that's disadvantage.
Oop,
Oh my gosh, this group, bro.
Bruv, again?
Let's see what I roll.
Well, you gotta click on the shit. You can't just put it in.
Hey, it's a 14.
It
so
normally
not bad.
auto-selects once I start putting the 1d20, but I
Zeus,
think it's
and
because I
your-
just tapped in and I had slash roll.
Zeus, your disadvantage roll with d6 added onto it, please, for self.
Okay.
Because as you move, the earth trembles beneath your feet a bit.
Somehow the most nimble out of us has the worst roll.
6
6.
plus a 1d6. Hold on.
Yeah, your group ain't making
Well,
it.
So that, and then with stealth, that comes together as a 10.
Your group ain't making it to Chicago.
So you have a -2 to
And
I'm the
dex.
one that got the highest.
No.
So,
Jesus.
as your group is starting to move, you guys are stealthy as a fox.
No, we are stealthy
The
as a
drunk
hippo.
fox.
Hippos are actually surprisingly stealthy.
You guys begin to push up through some bushes. And you start to peer through them. The sound of the elemental behind you. As you guys get there, you're stepping on sticks, but it doesn't seem like anyone's noticing you. As you push through the bushes, you see a single cyclops next to a large cart that seems to be your cart, which has been repaired over the last night. You see a cage that has been haphazardly made, and you see the 2 fat wolves as well as the older wolf have been put inside of it. And you see just above this campfire that seems to be there seems to be a spit roast, and upon it is Mr. Greenwall, who is currently being turned by a cyclops who's drooling, watching him. As you guys see this, as the cyclops looks over, doesn't seem to see you because you're a bit far away from him. But at the moment, you feel a tap on the 2 brothers' shoulders. Excuse me. And as you both turn around, you see an unfamiliar face to you. The both of you. It seems to be this elf, this blue-skinned elf. With
Oh no.
severe burns on his body that seem to have been healed over time. Rael, if you would like to go ahead and re-describe your character. I will say at this point your character has gotten to the point where they can get back into combat now, because they have been focusing on their recovery so much.
Okay. You see this completely blue-skinned elf, a bit on the smaller side, with with all of his clothes having like a bit of camouflage steel. And now he has severe burn marks all over him. Like, you're just thinking, how the fuck does he live with that
Rael,
amount of burn marks?
you followed this party and their tracks because you knew that they were probably gonna be fucked with how they were. The only person you really truly thought was gonna do good in this small little entourage was Ragnos, because you knew about him and that he was quite skilled. The others seemed to be pretty big fuck ups, so you thought they may need some healing soon enough, so that's why you followed them.
Yeah.
And plus, they're only a day's travel, about 2 days travel out from fucking Charnwood, so it's not that hard to find them.
Yeah.
Anyways, as everyone else turns around hearing this conversation, Ragnos, you do see Rael, the sea elf.
Yeah, it's just as Ragnus is about to say something, he realizes, that there's a Cyclops, and he looks over to Rail and points at the Cyclops.
As you point over, you guys do hear footsteps as the Cyclops is starting to approach the bushes, holding a great club. Ooh, gosh. Takes a swing at the bushes. Everyone make me a dex save, I'll say, including Rail.
Oh, oh
Wait,
come
no,
on.
not deck save.
I swear,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
all
And
know.
you have disadvantage, Zeus, because of your weight.
I need to
Okay.
move 2,000 pounds to get out of the way.
That's for my 15 for my
I'll
current
say,
character.
Zeus, you can roll me a Constitution save instead if you want.
I prefer that.
Whoppa!
13.
13. No, wait.
Oh.
18.
Okay. Ruby,
I
you're the
got
only
it.
one that dodges.
Oh,
Wait,
shit.
15 doesn't seem. Oh, fuck.
Nope. This guy is
16.
cleaving at your group. Okay. You, by the way, Zeus, are going to take half damage because you're just bracing through it. So, Ruby, Brian, you immediately hear the
Yep.
footsteps and dodge out of the way, Dark Souls style, while the fucker manages to swing in and just hit everyone else. Did Rail
Very
roll
bad
higher
f-
than 13? Or no?
Yes,
He did? What did
he
he
did.
roll?
He did 13
Oh, he just did
exactly.
13. Okay, never mind.
Is that a crit then?
No, crit would have been a 10.
Oh god. But why 15? 13 or higher. Higher than 13. Yeah.
I'm just asking if you rolled a 13. Because
Yes.
you had to roll twice. So, you all take 20 points of blood. 20 reduced. Sorry, I'll say 10 because he's cleaving. But 10 points of bludgeoning damage as he hits you all. You, Varacos, only take 10. Sorry, 5. And as he swings, you feel the club break and splinter upon you. As he stares down and sees your group. Oh. Arkifun, I urama. And he seems to like put his hands up and go, like he's going, my bad.
He knows who we are. Just goes, oh, I fucked up.
Ragnar, when he gets up, he's gonna look at the Cyclops. And as he looks at the Cyclops, he turns his gaze over to Mr. Greenwall.
It's you! I knew you'd come back for me. Yes. Sorry, I was repairing the. Fuck the truck! Do you mind getting me off this thing, please? It really hurts. Fuck.
Aye, aye.
I'm well done on this side, you damn fucking one-eyed freak.
He can understand you, man.
I'm going to assume that he does not know Common. The
No.
Cyclops.
The Cyclops. He looks at you. He points towards his campsite to say, like the basically gesture, "Come on in."
He knows. He knows he screwed up.
Ragnar's is going in.
I'm just gonna free him.
Okay, you're
I
gonna
was
walk
just
over to the
gonna
green
ju-
wall. He looks at you guys. He looks. You can see he's about to say something, and he looks over towards Ragnos, and you see a bead of sweat.
Yeah, I think Scary as the
Ragnos is giving him the
2,000
stink eye the
pound
whole time.
motherfucker.
He's giving him the death, not the death glare, but the stink eye. You want to do something? You want to do something?
Equal fun.
He's shitting himself.
You do hear a panic fart. He looks over to you, Vrokos, and he starts to like measure you because you're like half as tall as him, basically. Ooh, and he like nudges you on the side. I fucking hate this. Anyways, so you guys release Greenwall. He goes, fuck. Well, thank you very much. I don't know how long I could have been staying on that little roast. Welcome back. We'll get to talking about that man later. You all look. Oh, Vrokos, what the hell happened? Where's your? We'll talk in the cart. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back. I've prepared the cart a bit since our little endeavor with Mr. Oleg. So, you all look like shit. You're covered in dirt, grime, and black powder, it looks like some of you. Should we get going?
I think we need to
Uh,
consider.
Yes.
I
Alright.
think we need to free the wolves first.
Oh, easily. Could actually, I think
Ma-
the
ma-
big man
my
there
character-
has the key.
Yeah, Raya just goes up to the cage and freezes the water within like the wood, and then just crashes it.
I was gonna ask, how is it? How are they free? Bound?
Yeah, they're bound by wooden cages. So you manage to destroy the cages. As the cages drop, you see the three wolves shake, and two of them, the two fat ones, look at you. They seem exhausted, like they can't pull the cart with them at the moment.
Yeah, I just give them meat.
They start to pounce on it and start to like fight over it a little bit as they continue to eat it. The blind one comes walking up to you.
I will give her all some meat.
Starts to eat it. The Cyclops looks over towards you, Ragnos.
He's
And he
spitting
like points to himself and points to the forest in a questioning look. El Ringo, you? I will
Look over the
say
forest.
the wolves seem a bit injured and don't seem like they will. They seem to need some time to rest. But you are on a small time crunch.
Yeah, I look back and I look over to Vrokos. Actually, I look over to Vrokos first. Vrokos, do you think you could pull that cart with your new size?
Of course.
Rocco, so you have. Yeah, go ahead. You can continue to roleplay, sorry.
I've got you. I'm gonna try to lift up the cart.
Also, what could I interpret from the Cyclops?
He's definitely afraid of you and looking to you for assurance of whether he should go or he needs to stay here for a second. He seems to
I just
be
make a
at-
shooing motion.
Shut up. Shut up. He seems to be looking at you for, like, what he should do next or if he should be going, basically. As you're looking at this, Vrokos, you can definitely pick up the cart a bit, but it is heavy, and with your new weight, you're kind of having trouble moving already. You're not sure today you'll be able to pull the cart.
You know, give me a while. I'll see if I can help you. And yeah, he's gonna turn away.
Well,
But don't drop the cart! Oh, I just fixed that
Well-
axle. God damn, and he gets over and starts to fix
so
it. again.
after looking at this situation, Ragnos looks back up to the Cyclops.
Hmm?
Gentlemen,
He's
I think-
he's digging his finger into his ear. He pulls out a bunch of wax and just flicks it. It hits the fire and
gentlemen, do you think we could try helping this Cyclops find some food? He seems a bit hungry. Because I think we might be able to work out an agreement with him. At least for now.
Raya just pulling out a steak of the size of a raid.
Rael is okay.
Yeah, Raya has a shit ton of food with him always.
That's right.
He's a
okay.
food bank. Raya just moves to the Cyclops and just gives him that royal-sized meat. Raya says I meant a raid-sized.
He gives you a thumbs up.
Wait a minute.
Thank you for
Oh, yeah,
the thumbs back.
Rael,
Yeah.
you can make some good berries, right? You can make some good
Yes, I can.
berries. I think we have an idea. I think I have an idea.
What
Alright,
is
so look
it?
back up to the. I'm thinking you can give you could give our friend some food while he helps us for I guess the next day or two.
Yeah. If you know how to speak with him.
The Cyclops is just
Us.
looking back and forth like, huh? Huh?
Not exactly, but I think I could get the message across.
Don't scare him.
Alright, so I'm gonna. So
The
Ragnos is gonna
cages.
snap his fingers. Then he's gonna direct over to the cart, and actually he's gonna walk over to the cart and hold the sort of, I guess it would be the reins.
It'd be more of
And I
a
sort of
like
pull on it.
it'd be more of a like two wooden poles on the side that seem to attach to a set of reins, and they have a central middle pole that separates them. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I sort of I just hold up the poles and in the reins, sort of to give them the message, and then I gesture over to the rail to come over, and
Okay.
and as he comes over, I sort of hold a phantom loaf of bread and begin to eat it.
Roll me a persuasion check.
That's a 31.
He starts to walk over. He goes to grab her. No, I'm just fucking with you. Just to let you know, I rolled a natural 20 for his intelligence check. If he didn't roll high enough, he was gonna pick up a rail and just chomp on him.
At that point, I have to basically tell Rail, give him the good berries. After that
Okay,
point.
I just conjure a 10 good birds and just give it to him.
One big, just swallow them. Thumbs up. Urgh. You see him go, and he looks at the three wooden like beams. Puts his foot on the middle one and just breaks it off, and just grabs the other two. All geese fun,
I can fix it later.
Yeah, we'll just put it in the back. All right,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, because his
Seems we
size,
have
he
our-
couldn't fit between any of those. Just so you're
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, it seems we got our transportation. So, think we should head off?
Certainly.
Alright. So, as you begin to fasten yourselves within the carriage itself, Greenwall's sitting at the front, and I'm assuming Ragnos with him, so that you can continue
Yeah.
to make sure the giant individual doesn't do anything bad.
Yeah.
Everybody else piles into the inside of the carriage, aside from the wolves, who stay on the outside and follow it. As you begin to make your way north towards the westward peak, or point. It's going to be half a day's travel. As you begin to travel, your weary bodies begin to relax a bit. You all can take a long rest, and we will end the session there.
Yeah.